Welcome, I'm Dr. Melina Roberts and I want to talk about grains. Are grains healthy? Now what I want to do is I want to take you back 7,000 years ago to ancient Egypt. So there was northern Egyptians and southern Egyptians. And these two populations were genetically similar. Now the northern Egyptians, they started farming and agriculture and had diets that were grain focused. The southern Egyptians, they continued to be hunter-gatherers. Now when you look at the mummies of the northern Egyptians and the southern Egyptians, what you see is that the northern Egyptians had rotten teeth, and we see the beginnings of dentistry. Whereas the southern Egyptians, who had a hunter-gatherer diet, had perfect teeth. Then there was Dr. Weston Price, who's a dentist who wanted to explore primitive populations to examine the cause of dental caries, so dental cavities in people. And what he found was that primitive populations that had a more traditional diet had perfect teeth, were perfect proportions, had good complexion, and they also had the right size of jaws. So when you look at the traditional diet of these primitive population, what you see is that those diets were made of 30 to 80% fats. So that diet was mostly made up of animal proteins, wild fish, organ meats. You also got collagen-rich bone broths. Now, Dr. Lauren Cordain, who is considered the father of the paleo diet, what he did was he studied the archaeological records of ancient humans. Now, what he found is those populations that had grain-focused diets had higher incidence of ill health, they had more cavities, they had more infectious diseases, and they had shorter lifespans than other populations. Now, if you look at grains biochemically, when grains get broken down, they get broken down quite rapidly into sugars. And then sugars will increase insulin levels. And ideally, we don't want high amounts of sugars in our body, and we also don't want high amounts of insulin in our body. Now, I'm not completely against grains, but I think what we can see from these different studies is that if we want to have longevity, if we want to live long, healthy lives, then we do not want to be having grain-focused diets. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to share this with your friends and family, to press the like button, to make a comment below, and until next time, continue to learn, grow, and build health.